All right, ladies and gentlemen, I call it tablet and pen time so we can begin. Write down some notes, check it twice. We know you've been naughty, sometimes not even nice. What a concept that could be. Now, build real legacy. Protect your family. No probate, no taxes. That sounds too impossible to be real. You know, if you looked at the Gettys, the Kennedys, literally, the Firestones, the Ford, you see their children became part of the organization, so they didn't have to go through probate. Unfortunately, nowadays, people don't build a real legacy. They don't build that real thing at all. All right, somebody passes, they get to a better place, what happens to us? Simple. You got money in the house. And because some of your siblings want to fight and argue about the money, guess what? It's called probate time. Now we got probate attorneys in courts that'll just take all that money and just piss it away. Sorry, most people lose. What I always said for basically people, you know, getting to 50 years old or above, if somebody asks you for money, like friends and family, all right, say it's all in a trust, you have nothing, you can loan them $50. See, if you say no enough times and the reason because it's in a trust, they leave you alone. But if you help a little bit, then they want a lot. So what do? You see, I used to say, hey, if we all die, let's divide it up. I had this family, and the husband and the wife, one of their kids they didn't like. I'm sorry, they didn't like their kid. He's a troublemaker no matter what he did. What I told him flat out, all right, because they asked me my opinion, don't ever do that because I'll give you the truth. I said, when you die, have everything sold, because that's what you want to leave his money, and divide it equally for your children. He didn't deserve anything. You see, the problem is when you're gone, the resentment between the siblings. They'll hate each other, and you set it up that way. So no matter what, always give whatever equal value to all of them, in my opinion. But what do I know? So let's think today. Build real legacy. If we had a corporation, and we said this is a corporation right here, it's a management company. Let's say you have your LLC. It's a limited liability company, equal corporation anyway, LLP. Okay, no problem. S Corp, C Corp, nonprofit, or basically what's called a PC, professional corp. Those are the categories you can incorporate literally and in your state. Okay, no problem. Now, remember, there's an officer's list, all right, on all this. So everyone has an officer's list. What do? Let's understand something. This could be a stock kit for a C or an S Corp. This could be for the LLC. It's a membership certificate, all right, and you're the managing member, certificate of ownership, or maybe it's nonprofit membership. So based on this minutes and bylaws, what happens with like my son when he comes on Saturdays a lot of times, he'll say he's the vice president of the company, because he is. You see, I've been training my children, and I'll say training the children because that's what a parent's supposed to do, as far as I'm concerned. $5 and a boy, 6 kids, okay. They all have 800 plus scores. 4 daughters, married and all that good stuff, and kids as well, grandkids. My son wants to take over for daddy when I retire or go on a business trip. He's an officer, believe it or not. So that means if the empire's here and he replaces me on the officers list, and say I'm fired or I'm dead, okay? The officers list, I'm fired or I died. Simple. Well, he replaces me. Ray Reynolds is replaced by Ryan Reynolds. Ray Jr., there you go. I'm gone, but he took over the empire, management company. If nothing changed hands, or you don't change the deed of trust, or you don't transfer an asset, there's no taxation. Corporations live forever. I think probate is for stupid people. Sorry. I think your goal is you want a bunch of this. But you don't know what this is. You think it's money. It's not money. It has been money for a long time. This is a Federal Reserve note, a legal tender. So let's understand something. If we look at taking care of the family, okay, that's one thing. Build real legacy, no probate, no taxes. You set yourself up to pay tax and probate all the time. And what happens is like when you get your paycheck. Your paycheck, you got your check in that first company you ever worked with as a kid or an adult. And you go, where's my money? I barely work, but I want all my money. You think you're entitled for being lazy, half of you, sorry. The other half wants to go get it. Now that company explained to you flat out, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. Wow. See, we are taxed before we get our paycheck. And we get the leftover. Now we live on that, and everything we touch is taxed again and again and again and again. Everything's taxed. What are we supposed to do? Corporations are not taxed till they're profitable. If you create debt offsets taxes, there's no tax due because the company's trying to build itself up and away. When you watch Elon Musk, all right, it's basically pay tax or buy a spaceship. Me, pay tax, buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari. How about basically Bezos? How about basically Warren Buffett? See, they have to reduce having debt to offset taxes. They can't stop their bouncing ball because they did. They have to pay tax. You create debt to offset what? Taxes, and you keep growing the business. Businesses are supposed to grow. So it's like the family. What are we supposed to do? The problem I think most people have is very simple. You didn't focus on one thing, okay? I believe your focus should be flat out right here, okay? All right, not money, okay, per se, but that's what you want. I call it auto income. If we wrote down auto income today, okay, this is the income. These are our debts. What do we have? We have our house. We probably have a car, registered owner, lien holder, okay? So this means we have the ability, we need a paycheck to support our lifestyle. All right, paycheck, income to support the what? The lifestyle. If we look at this today, I'm going to tell you to write down credit, time, and money. Credit, time, and money. It's very simple. You're running out of time, you lost your job. Oh, but goody, what happened? You panic, unfortunately. Most people, what they do is they jack up their credit cards. They drop their score, they get stuck, they can't get any more. In other words, the lack of knowledge, and I have to be kind of blunt and direct to the point, is our stupidity. We're not stupid people, but we follow stupid all the time. When you take a credit card past 29%, your score drops. Eventually you get stuck, you can't get any more. You backed yourself in a corner because of your lack of knowledge, being stupid. Being stupid, we're not stupid, we follow stupid. Maybe you can't handle that, don't ever take it personally. I'm the guy that designed it. I'm the one that trained Yarborough. Oh, this card, 29% rule, period. Period. So what we got to do in the 70s and 80s. So if I take credit, like this is 50,000, this is 10, would you like 2 of these or 10 of these? You see, you can say 2, no, you want 10 of these. You see, well, we have to realize something is we're all going to be in debt because we have to be. How do you finance anything? Credit. Credit, money, and time. But again, take the picture right there. I created something that worked for me. I had a question that someone asked me today during an interview. Why did you teach people about division process? Why don't you just keep it to yourself? I believe God gave me a vision and a dream to help people. Now, I've been online or in person for 49 years, 6 days a week. And if you haven't been here before, you should jump up and kick yourself in the assets. What the hell's wrong with you? Isn't that terrible to say? Why haven't you found me in the last 49 years? Oh, you believe those handful of lies out of 50 million people? That's called stupid. Not everybody likes you. Hell, nobody likes me. But I became a corporate what? Millionaire at 14 and a half years old. Billionaire at 21. 2.6 billion, 26. I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people. President of the United States of America. If you don't get off your assets and learn how to play, you're going to have the same problem you do almost every day. Same rerun. What you did yesterday, the day before that too. Same old thing. Take that damn picture. You focus on that. You drove by the Wendy's yesterday when you went down the busy street. Why don't you own it? What's wrong with you? You've seen that same Wendy's since you were 5 years old. Laundromat, car wash, dry cleaners, apartment complex. You've seen the same one since you were 5 years old, and you're just driving by your opportunity. And you're looking, where's the opportunity? Have you ever went into a Wendy's and asked for the owner? You know they're not there. It's a management company. How about a McDonald's? How about a Jack in the Box? See, when I wrote the first book years and years ago about laundromats, car washes, dry cleaning, okay, my 22,000 pay phones, my printing companies, I picked businesses were stupid. Boring and steady, boring and steady. I call it stupid because it's easy. It's a dummy business. Any dummy can have the business run by management. You have to do nothing. But then your excuse is, I don't have the money, Ray. Stop it. I get so tired of excuses. BS does not put food on the table. BS doesn't pay your bills. There's your future. You're 35 to 75 years old. You've been ripped off by friends and family. You've screwed up 100 times. You get it up 105 times more. And this world wants to drop us what? They want to kill us, it seems like. We're living in hell. When we die, we get in a better place. I've been there too. I got to come back and help you. There's your future. There's your future. If you'd paid attention. If you paid attention. Auto income. The car is registered to you. I mean, I don't understand. You get in a bumpity bump at Sam's Club, they're going to sue you. You're the registered owner. You're a duck and a sheep. When they sue you, you better well duck. Your driver's license, your insurance registration. It has your home address on it. You're highly intelligent. That's kind of stupid. Mine's got P.O. Box. When I got in a bumpity bump, I don't give my home address and tell them where I work, when I'm not home. You do. Blah, 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 blah. Now they know when to come to your house and rob it. If you don't start protecting your ass, you're going to always bring the pain home. It's just the truth. It will set you free. Today, you're going to change your driver's license. Write it down. You're going to change the registered owner of that car. The insurance. You're going to change it to a P.O. Box because I said so. I want you to do one thing, every one of you. Do not think. Do what you're told to do. You don't like that, do you? But I'm not the one bringing the pain home. You are. I got everything I want. Why don't you? Why don't you? Maybe you'll learn something today. I want the driver's license, insurance, or registration changed today. Online. Today, not tomorrow, today. And if you got kids or a spouse, you better do the same thing for them too. Quit telling people where you live. You bought a house, oh goody for you. Escrow closed, homestead trust. Oh, you forgot a homestead. What's that, Ray? Here, 90% of people, what's a homestead? I mean, what are people, stupid? Man up, woman up, learn things. You've been hiring people to do things all your life, and it's like anybody, attorney you hire. You hire an attorney. He or she's practicing law, haven't got it right yet. Okay. If it's a problem, they're going to keep milking the retainer until you finally give up. Say, how do I settle this thing? They're draining you everything they can. You don't win. They win. It's like the probate attorneys in all the courts. You get screwed up. What if you could change your life today? What if? What if you could pay attention and you could do what God gave us the ability with your hands, eyes, body, and ears? Write it down. How about we memorize the things we're working on? For me, it was easy. Why? God gave me total recall on those things. Okay? Used to piss off my teachers. Isn't that terrible? I'd say that, no, that's not what the book said. I'd correct the teachers. They didn't like that. Then eventually they said I was basically retarded. One teacher hated me so bad, she put me in retarded class in the 6th grade. I'm in the retarded class, 6th grade. And what happens, very simple. All right? Some kids are beating up the retarded kids. I took care of that in the bathroom. I took care of that. I got a plaque and an award from the principal, the governor of California, and the mayor of Torrance. Wow! You see, I don't like BS. I think BS doesn't pay your bills. So that teacher who thought she was going to punish me for being smarter than she was because she was stupid, okay, all I did is blossom and grow out of the 6th grade, having fun, helping the kids, memorize all the books. I was going to skip a couple grades then too. I never went to high school. That would waste my damn time. I was in college at 14 years old. Why not? It's simple. I don't understand why people make things difficult. But again, what do I know? I just know how to make money. Pick one. What do you got? Which one you got? I got an LLC, right? Oh, goody for you. Peekaboo. You see this guy on social media, a cowboy hat. Looks like howdy doody. Oh, the LLC needs to let your wife work there, let your kids work there. Stop that crap. 90% of people don't have diddly squat. 90% of people fail in business every damn day. How do you get there? Foundation builds credit. Write it down. Foundation builds credit. When you take money from your family, all right, I'm going to pray more for you each and moment of that day. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I got the nickname of the Godfather credit after I built about 60 billion for clients and myself. Would you like some credit? Would you like to play? Would you like to understand that borrow money is not taxable? And debt offsets taxes? And we could play the way and the game to win? It's up to you. This is live. Now, I'll tell you in the beginning, no pictures are recording. Why? I think you take pictures, things don't matter. Me, I just accomplished my goals. I don't have an excuse. I kicked the door jam when I was 10 years old. That's only 6 feet. I kicked the basketball hoop at T-Weaker Junior High. Registered newspaper took a picture. The newspaper, white boys can jump. I kicked the basketball hoop, that's 10 friggin' feet. I was 14. There's 13 feet. I don't like BS. Oh, that's not possible. Yeah, right. I didn't like when the devil's wife took my $52. I learned at 8.5 years old one thing. Everything should be a company, corporation, or division. If it's mine, they're going to steal it. They're going to steal it. They want to take it away. See, it's like when I'm driving the $4 million Ferrari. They hate you. Or the $1 million Lamborghini, they hate you. Everyone looks like you. What? Who do you think you are? I remember the auditor, 2011, coming out of coma and all the crap. I don't drive a Lamborghini. Why do you? I'm a smart SOB and you're an idiot. That's what I told him. What do you say? Yeah, you're an idiot. All right, don't blame anybody else. Blame yourself. My goodies are divisions. I like mansions. You like mansions? They're kind of fun too. So if you want to play the game and win, you might listen to me. Because you've been listening to everybody else in your life. Hasn't worked so far, has it? I'm sorry. You keep bringing the damn pain home. 2026. My 50th year. I'm going to help my 40 people I'm coaching. And from there, my other coaches are going to help the rest of the people. I'm going on a business trip. All right, business trip. I'm going to broadcast everywhere I go to have some fun. Why not? Because it's fun. See, you have a choice today. Come January, you're going to make New Year's resolution. And by January 10th, you're going to fall and give them up. Here's your problem. I got a corporation, Ray. I got an LLC. Good for you. I hate stupid. I hear all this crap on social media. Let's see. Dr. Reynolds. So I got a couple of PhDs and a master's in engineering. That's okay. But I learned more by doing and reading and putting it together anyway. Can you imagine? 1976. Winning the game of business. Got $1 million in the corporation, in the bank, and doing all these pieces, driving a Lamborghini. And I thought I came up with the cure for financial problems. I even put financial freedom in page 6. I got the cure for financial freedom. Wow, let's teach the world, please. That's what I wanted to do. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow free up your time. I own that. There's always somebody stealing my goodies. But anyway, let's have some fun. In 1976, I was 16. What the hell did you do at 16? High school? I don't know, waste my damn time. I'm getting out of hell. My next series was simple. Books for dummies. Because I'm a dummy when I try something new. I hate feeling uncomfortable. I don't like change. So I have to force that issue. But Books for Dummies was taken. I created 12 books for each month of the year and 1,000 steps and rules and tools to build $1 million corporation. Well, that's 40 years ago, by the way. Then I updated again and again and again. Did you know I also called it the Millionaire's Founders Kit? And on every book it says what? The Blueprint of Success. I got to remind Tony to quit using that because I own it. Unless he wants me to sue him again. All right, blah, 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 blah. If you want a copy, it's not $5,000 anymore. Used to be. For 32 years at the Bonaventure, Long Beach Marriott, Holiday Inn in Orange County, in Ontario, what? Marriott as well. 4 events every week, 32 years, helping millions of people, 50 million so far. Take a picture. You can get it from Amazon, soon to be on the TikTok shop for $500. Now, let's talk about you, okay? I'd like you to learn to see it, believe it, go get it. See, what I say, you should be writing certain things down, but that's up to you. You see it, the house. You want a house? Oh, goody for you. Can't afford the down payment? Pathlight.com. Lease it, convert it to a mortgage in 12 months. Then you got these ding-dongs like my old client, Grant. You don't want to buy a house? He's got 2 houses. I want $54 million. What a waste of freaking money. $54 million for a damn house? Are you kidding me? All right, the biggest house I ever built was only $20 million. It's off Yerba Linda, the hill. That white went up to the top. 22,000 square feet. And that was a little bit too big anyway. So you're going to think about house, car. Here's our problem. We have a problem. All right, you know what the problem is? I want you to think what the problem is, okay? I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to see the problem. It's you! Fire yourself. You're fired. Come on, you keep bringing the damn pain home. I don't get it. I don't understand. I do not understand what you do. So let's do this. Let's do it my way for a minute. Let's have 9 divisions of a corporation. So write it down. Banks and grocery stores use corporations owning corporations. I created the division process in 1985-86. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if this is the banks right now bankrupting 21,000 locations, 21,000, that's what they're doing, no problem. They have branches. Each branch is a number and a separate tax ID. They are doing tax balancing. Tax what? Balancing. So they have a line of defense in the corporate umbrella. They bankrupt the pieces that make a business decision right off from their taxes and win the game of business. But here's our problem here. This is the IRS. Ooh, where all the meanies work. The banks using this doing tax balancing. By the way, you could have did the same thing. But we're going to go over here for a second. You ready? You're going to have a division of me. Write down division of me. Got it? Your car, you have a registered owner and a lien holder. They sue the registered owner in a bumpity bump. I want your registered owner changed, and I want it changed to a division of a corporation. I want you to write down, I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not to corporate my family. You've been sacrificing your family long enough. That's why you're fired. Again, car, plan the problem. Car, they don't sue the lien holder. But a corporation is a management company. Management, so write down M here. I got an LLC, right? Goody for you, LLP. I got an S, I got a C, I got a nonprofit, I got a PC. I don't give a damn what you got. I just care you got one. Uh-huh. Because if you don't do it right, it's on Secretary of State's website, and when they sue it, they sue you. Congratulations. Now, if you owned a piece of a Jack in the Box, a Wendy's restaurant, a storage unit, a laundromat, cars, all these books I wrote 40 plus years ago, keep up and dating all the time, you'd create auto income. Auto what? Auto what? I didn't know to call it passive residual income. I didn't care. I'm 17 years old. Damn it, I want money coming in, pay my bills. I call it auto income. That's what I did. So if we play the game today, and you allow me to help you on that 750 score, now what can I do? Well, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarbrough at TRW, became a Sperry in 96, Oldest card, 20% rule, created that too. And what do we get to do? When you jack these up, all right, you drop the score, you should put a sticky in the back of the card. The $10,000 card is only good for $2,100. You jacked it up, you went into the yellow, then the red, now you backed yourself in a corner. See, most of you are good people. The problem is good people, crap happens to them all the time. Bad things happen to good people because they don't plan the problem, as far as I'm concerned. Then your excuse is, well, I had an emergency, Ray. Stop. These don't fluctuate. Knock off the crap. They're unlimited up to $1 million. They don't fluctuate. So if I max these suckers up in a bad day, bad week, bad year, I can basically get past go. And my credit score maintains 750 score. Why do you bring the pain home? Now I'm a licensed pastor in California, but I'm a sinner. Hey, I say what I got to say. And then I got to ask God to forgive me every minute of the day. There's that rhyming thing to do too. Sorry to say, but it's true. Okay. Do you know what the Kennedys did? The Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords? They had their children work for the corporation. No probate, no asset change of hands. Wow, what a concept. The Trump's doing the same thing in front of you, if you paid attention. But let's do this. How about we build a real legacy? What does that mean? If today we don't want probate, we don't want tax, okay, what do? We build the organization, Irrevocable Trust, and corporations live forever, and we die. Eventually we're going to die. By the way, we have to plan to live, we also plan to die. My son takes over the vice president as president. Nothing changed hands. No taxation. I want the generation here to do it again and again and again and again. Just like the Hiltons did. Firestones, Gettys. Let's play my way. I think your way sucks. Take a picture. Not of me, that. Take a picture now. See, let's understand storage unit. The biggest idiot-proof business in the world. You don't have to be a genius. You can be stupid as can be. I line you up for what's called checkbook money or blueprint money. Okay, you take and write a check in escrow, and there's a management company that runs it, and now you get an income. See, you have pissed away $50,000 to $100,000 in your life anyway. You know you could have owned 25% to 100% of a storage unit. That's money forever. And what did you do? It's about it. How about EV charging stations, laundromats, car washes, dry cleaners, fourplex, apartment complex, hotels to apartments, fast food, gas station with a store. I've been doing these businesses for 49 years. Why do you do what you do? I only brought into billions. You like billions? I'm going to go for trillions now. Why not? What the hell of it? Everybody else doing it. I can do it too. Auto income experts, hell, that's me. I created the auto income process and a puppet master. So let's think today. I already asked you to take a picture of this. But this should be your future. Let's screenshot it. Let's put it on our phone, in our cell phone, in our computer. Let's print it in color, laminate, refrigerator, desk at work. Get possessed. You want that now. Hey, when I go for a goal, I don't stop till I reach it. You kind of gave up. So let's play it my way for a little bit. The man died, God rest his soul, October 25th, 2020. His empire was worth $26 trillion. Who's really the richest person on the planet? It's not who you think it is, by the way. Okay. Now, I was hired for $25,000 as an expert, because I kind of am once in a while. All right, and then all these other people. I didn't know it was for these people, but you know what I did? They're asking all these opinions on things, and the question to me was very simple. How would you leave something, all right, to basically people without any tax? I wish they would have listened, because these people were stupid. What does that mean? 100 billion art collection got sucked in from the government. 10.8 billion inheritance tax. The son lies and gets indicted. Isn't that called stupid? All they had to do, and I gave them the answer, let your son or daughter be an officer of a corporation. When you're dead in a better place, they just take over. Don't change the asset ever. Generation. What a concept. Can you imagine you won the lottery today? Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And what are you going to do? I'm going to talk to this attorney, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a trust account, and I'm going to pay tax. I'm going to get the leftover and pay tax on that too. What does that mean? When you put money in your bank account from like the lottery, you got to pay tax on the interest you're gaining on the money that's in the bank account. I think that's called stupid. What do I know? I had 3 clients win a lottery ticket. Wow. And I turned it into 15 million, by the way. What if you're like me, I have a division called Ray Reynolds. You're going to use your name as a division. One of these is going to be a division of me, like I said over here. Okay. Now watch what happens. This is fun stuff. If I have a division of me, and understand, in 1996, I sued other banks, and they had to accept one bank in all the divisions on the same account, up to 75 entities. Wow. Okay. Now, if I take this check, let's say it's $1 million, and I go to the bank, and the bank are under the same tax ID, and they bank the check. Then I'm going to say I need to borrow against it. I'm going to put reference 3. Please do this. Reference 3 times 5. Okay, times 5. Can you figure that out? A reference of 3 is $3 million. Times 5 became 15 million of borrowed money not taxable. See, if you did it that way, there's no tax because you're growing a business. That all says taxes. Borrowed money is not taxable. So we could actually play the game for win the lottery too. I don't understand stupid. Okay? But again, what can you say? 99% of people win the lottery, they piss it away in 3 to 5 years anyway. It's terrible. All right. So we could have a program on that too. What if we plan the problem and we have a solution for everything we're trying to do? What a concept. But that's just me. Borrow money is not taxable. If we create debt, it offsets taxes. See, we the people, tax, probate when we're dead. Ah! Owie, owie, owie. You get the money, you got to pay tax before you get the money. You get the leftover. Corporations don't pay tax till there is any leftover. Is that how Elon Musk borrowed $44 billion to buy Twitter to make it X marks the spot? Offset the taxes too? Wow, what a concept. That offsets taxes. What if you downloaded an irrevocable trust today? And then I said use a UCC 1. United Commercial Code 1. You go to your house, you take pictures of every room in your office, and you make a list, you check it twice, we know you've been naughty or nice, and you tie it into a UCC 1, an irrevocable trust. I want to know where my goodies go when I'm dead. I want to make sure it's not stuck in a probate. Wow, what a concept. Goodies and goodies and goodies. I like goodies. Now, let's think about the irrevocable trust, because that's one I want you to pick, but that's up to you. I'm not here to be a CPA attorney. Now, I just give you some public information, and we can connect the dots. What did you do? I lost my job. Oh, crap. What am I going to do? As a man, I better not go home and tell my wife right away, because I'm going to have her feel sorry for me. Never dump on a woman. You'll break her spirit. That's called stupid. Man up. Your job's go get a job. Next week, you don't have a job. Get a job. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, have a garage sale. Find the money. Get the honey. A year later, you used the wrong card. You backed yourself in a corner. Now you have crappy credit for 6 to 9 years. You did it to yourself. Blame yourself. Because you did. Sorry. That's how it works. If we want to play my way, you look at 6 things to play with. Okay, let's take our credit cards and let's increase the limits. Let's do an analyzation. That's very simple. Since I helped set up the system teaching your rule, it was kind of fun. Every credit system has a graph. Now, Analytical 750 is my favorite, so let's write down analytical750.com. Credit Karma, you're fired. Why? You're indicted 6 times. There's no fund there to help people. You don't have a spirit, and that's what the banks need is a spirit. You don't have it. You're missing half the bank's pieces, and you're telling people to sign up? Oh, you got this information tree. You're missing some pieces. You said some dead branches. Anybody can get 200 points in 90 days. Anybody can get 155 points in 90 days to 700 for 470 or 79. Anybody can get 163 points in 90 days. Anybody can get 122 points. See, you have to rebuild your credit. There's no magic wand. Mine's broken. Can I borrow yours? My magic wand's broken. It's kind of bent. All right, BS doesn't pay your bills. That's the way it works. So if I increase the limits, and understand common sense, and I have, all right, 100,000 of credit, I use 29% utilization. I have 71,000 of safety that feeds a family of 5 for a year, and I use these cards if I have to do anything else up to a year because they're unlimited $1 million and paid over time 100,000. I don't ruin my score. When the bad days is over and the bad week or year, guess what I get to do? I'm not treated like a piece of you know what. Good people are treated terrible when they have bad credit. That's no fun. Bad credit? I don't understand. But again, you got all these people with their baseball caps backwards and a cowboy hat. Oh, we got to do this, repay your credit. I don't like stupid since I helped set up the damn system in the first place. It's not hard to get a 750. We don't have to lie. We're going to tell the truth. What a concept. So let's think. You waste $50 every other day. They say you kind of piss it away. $700 a month. You could use half of that and turn it into $1 million. What's wrong with you? I don't understand. What's wrong with you? Oh, these don't work? So let's play my way. Okay. I want $100,000 credit here. 100,000. Well, let's see. Okay. These are each 100,000 paid over time and limited to $1 million. I want one per every division. They offer 99 more. 99 more. So should we get 99 more? Nope, 9. If we got $100,000 of credit, all right, and we did it for every division, 9 more off one damn card, one card, doesn't that equal $1 million of credit? So we could finance the entity. Structure builds credit. Structure builds credit. When I created and invented the division process 8586, they each have their own damn credit file. And I set up the credit file to do that instantly, to set up the files for Experian, Chandler, Equifax under division process and have fun. Now I want to basically do that, 100,000 in credit. Now, I partnered up with an ex-father-in-law a long time ago to buy a storage unit. He's got his corporate, got my corporate. Wow. I call it a dummy business, to be honest with you. It's basically boring and steady. Any dummy can own one. They don't have to do anything for it. He manages it by a management company. How hard is that? We took corporate credit and we financed the business. That was good. Now, my cut and his cut were the same. $17,350. Is that good? Corporation absorbs the money, doesn't pay tax till it's profitable. That offsets taxes. So if you would listen and learn and follow through and tell you what I tell you to do, it'd be fine. But what did you do? I think you sit with your friends and family at the kitchen table with your spouse or your partner of life, and you said, honey, let's start a business. Let's jack up our cards. Let's drop our score. Let's get stuck so we can't get any more at all. And let's bring the pain home to you and me and be stupid. That's what I believe. Isn't that terrible? I think we all do stupid. But that's what you did, isn't it? Why would anybody have crappy credit? Why would they bring the pain home? They jacked up their own damn card. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're playing amateur hour. Never bring the pain home and always plan the problem. Today, someone's going to flip you off. They're going to give you the bird. You're going to get pissed off or just ignore it. Ignore it. Someone's going to bump your car. Get a police report. Because after they leave, they're going to lie. And they're going to tell all their friends the lie, and they're going to convince themselves the truth is a lie, because the truth is not a lie, it's not the truth. So, you're going to give them your driver's license, insurance registration with your home address on it, and say, I work during the day? Well, thank you for telling me what time to come rob your house. I think you're smart, but I think sometimes you do say stupid things. The dashboards I created in 1987. While Ken Yarbrough and I were working together doing a book called File Segregation. I didn't like it. I thought he wanted to lie. How about I set up the file for Experian, Chandler, Equifax under SSN or SS4? It's right there. That's in 87. We play my way. I like my way. All right. See, if it's my way, let's understand. Every division has its own credit file. It has all three, and that's what we get to do. So we could build a foundation that builds the finance to get the American dream. Banks and grocery stores have their divisions too, but they call them subsidiaries because it's corp owning corp. Now let's pretend you're an expert. That's funny. I'm an expert in real estate. Good for you. Okay? I think most of you are full of crap. Tell me a homestead blocker. UCC wanted chattel mortgage. Show me the assignment of mortgage that I created in 1989. Show me. All my forms were at the stores years ago. See, if you learn to play, you can win no matter if they don't pay anyway. But what do? You're an expert in real estate. Fantastic. We have a house here. Wow, we got one here too. What you're counting on is they pay on the 1st, and then the bank takes their payment on the 5th, and you have leftover. You're barely having $600 anyway, which is a waste of time and effort, in my opinion. Should have been a fourplex or a basically apartment complex. But now, you got this bank that gave you a loan, and they have a piece of property. Every tenant can slip, fall, and sue you and screw you up. So that's kind of bad. What if here Billy Bob had a problem? I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, keep my other pieces like the banks and grocery stores do. I could pick what I want to do. What a concept. Your LLC, LLP, and C Corp will become S because I said so. Write it down. It's just my opinion. One filing for you and the corporation. We're going to play my way. The SSN equal 1040 tax return. All right, let's understand. The SS4 is an 1120. Look at the application for SS4. Employer, entity, you. Employer, entity, you. It's right there. See, they created this form, if you do your studies like I did, as a universal form. So if I can create an entity, which I did in 85, 86, I'm entitled to a tax ID. I'm allowed to take credit cards and clone them basically 99 more times. I can build the finance, they build the structure. And if I have a bad piece, debt follows tax ID. We could actually play the game to win. What a concept. My dashboards will take you and add you or your corporate divisions to a dashboard, live card, not just trade line crap. And what do I get to do? The social or tax ID is optional up to 5 months. If I get a card on one of my cards for you and add you to the system, okay, I can use that history and everything else, and I can get you a card. Before I ask for this, it says 2 things: authorized user or separate billing. I always pick separate billing. If I did this for divisions, I don't want separate billing yet until I want basically tax IDs. I want to create the ability to build. There's only 10 applications that are worth their darn as far as I'm concerned. I'm an affiliate, 119 creditors. I think most of them suck, in my opinion, so we get to 10. And that is up to 100,000 or personal. And the corporation, that's up to 1 million and seats every division. See, the division can be its own financing center. I call it a bucket of money. But again, let's get you 2 of these, okay? They don't fluctuate, so you quit jacking up your credit up and down like a yo-yo and get the corporation's cards. It says, and I want 99 more. What, 99 more? Nope, want 9. Say 9. When I created a division process in 85, 86, it's very simple. Then I came with daisy chain of credit in 89. 1 card becomes 9 more cards. Wow, that could be up to 1 million off 1 card. What a concept. Wow, could that be? So if you want 1 card, let's get 9 more. Let's get 10 more. I created this in 89. It's kind of fun. What do we get to do? If we did it correctly through the division process, since they have their own what? Tax ID and own credit reports, what do we get to do? We get to multiply the credit. Up to $1 million on 1 card. Wow. So if we play the game, how many divisions do you need today? I don't know. Do you want a Wendy's? You want a Jack in the Box? You want a storage unit? You want an apartment complex? You want a fourplex or anything else? Based on the divisions, how you separate liability. If I have 9 divisions, 9 lines of credit, and 9 houses, I need 18. So write down 18. It's just numbers don't lie, only people lie. 18 to 36, 36 to 72. So how many divisions you want and subdivisions. So we have to learn how to play the game. This is in my series 40 years ago. Here's a corp, here's a division, here's subdivisions. And don't worry, the banks have to put up to 75 because I sued them in 96 and won. They wanted separate accounts. No, that's ridiculous. First, you're saying we got to get an average balance for a line of credit, but then you want me to spread my money over these accounts. Make up your mind. Again, filter the money into 1 account. Okay, makes sense. So if we play in 1996, 97, that was kind of fun. All right, because what we were doing is pretty simple. Then I had 2001, 2000, through the process. I was cloning cards. I call it cloning or daisy chaining. When I got someone a pack of 10, within 6 months it became $1 million. Is that okay? But if I had you $1 million today, what would you do? I want to buy a house and cars. Stop it. You see, if you don't learn how to create money again and again, the reality is you're going to be broke. A lot of these people in social media, I made $1 million. No foundation, IRS is going to come get you. I bought a Lamborghini, going to come get you. Oh, goody. 3 years from now, you're going to be broke and have an IRS problem. NACB, certified me. Simple. I'm the guy that came with the concept of 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. If you balance your score, you can get more. What a concept. So it's like this little guy here. They call him Little Ray. Wow. Let's explain him to you today. Take a picture. I want kids to start out right. I want to change the world. Is that a kind of bigger dream that you can handle? So, all right, Ray Reynolds, it's like, take the card, take the picture. This is the book for people in high school and college. I want to set up their first credit file for them. I want to give them the first credit card. I don't want them to play the up and down show that you did and screw it up. I want them to learn the rules and tools now. It's a free download for everybody in high school and college. Simple. Is it okay? We change the next what generation? So what do? All cards fluctuate based on utilization but 2. Okay. So if we understand that, if we want to maintain 750 score, because I'll get you there in 90 days or less if you do what you're told, gold and platinum cards don't fluctuate. Then you can maintain 750. I got an emergency, Ray. What cards do you use? I lost my job. What cards do you use? Oh, blanky blank. What cards do you use? The other cards, 25, 20% rule. Simple. We could play the game and win. Federal Trade says credit repair is against the law, and they're out there on the social media lying? Yeah, I'm not late. It's not my account, blah, 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 blah. Then they lose the account most of the time. And then they indicted Daniel for the credit repair cloud. That was the oldest one going blah, blah, blah. But again, what do? They have the Credit Repair Organization Act too. So what would you do at the end of the day? We get 10, 20 calls a day. I got ripped off by this company or that company. If you don't basically rebuild your credit, you're going to get screwed up anyway. Rules and tools, foundation, take a picture. I know it's only a scan code. Take a picture. See, they're all using my books anyway, I believe. This is Winning the Credit Game. I wrote 40 years ago and update all the time. Winning the Credit Game. It's free for everybody in the world when you're online with me. Go to Amazon, they're going to charge a fee. TikTok Shop, same thing. You want it free? Take that picture and send it to everybody today. There you go. We could play the game. Debt crisis intervention. You got this guy on social media going, let's talk about this collection company that's calling. Let's take the call. It's his daughter. Let's tell the real truth. The Fair Debt Collections Practices Act is right there. People need to know the truth, not just the surface of the BS. Take a picture. You can go to the Amazon store. Okay, scan for your book or so. You can go to TikTok Shop. Art, simple, as art, soon to be. We get to play. Now, if we really, really, really want to know about our 3 reports, the only credit bureau or credit system is Analytical 750. Analytical 750. Credit Karma doesn't have a Spirit. They have no phone number to help you. They've been indicted 6 times. That kind of sucks. Analytical is all 3 agencies. Did you know if you want to chase card personal business, they're going to look at Experian? Your banks do that all the time. And you know that basically Chase does up to 22 months, no 0 interest, personal business card. I like that. Take your picture because I want you to sign it with Analytical 750 right away. They're going to call you every 46 days. They're going to charge you $25. Simple. And they're going to analyze you the first time for free. Then if you're in a corporation, they're going to basically set up your Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, under Equifax for that too. They're going to guide you and help you every step of the way. Is that okay? I think you ought to take that picture today. But it's going to be up to you. I think you should learn to play the right way and quit bringing the pain home. I think that's what you've been doing most of your life anyway. Okay. So if we repackage it like Humpty Dumpty, we can add the pieces you're missing today. Okay. Time. We're running out of time. This year's over. The corporation filed this year. All right, next year will be on its 2nd year. The bank will allow us, if it's done today, now. These are bank accounts from B of A for every division. Every one of these are entitled to up to $150,000 of credit. Each one of these can actually finance the American dream. And what do? Then we look at the nonprofit we should do and get the exemption right away. Because now we get some grant money. I call it Trump money. Because he's going to give all that money for homeless and elderly care. Okay, basically here's a corporation. Now I'm not here to be sapient attorney, but that's chapter 18. I heard a corporation is a legal person when I was 7.5, listening to Mrs. Ho's poker game. I went to the library. Ma'am, what does this mean? Next to the Torrance Police Department. She walked away. She was rude. 5 minutes later, here's a microphone. Here's a book. I read the book looking for a blueprint. Wasn't in the book. Okay. It says may sue or be sued. It's right there. So if you have a corporation today and they sue it, they're probably going to sue you. Why? He got one of these. 9/10 of the law's possession. Quack, quack, quack. Meh. I think you're a duck and a sheep. That's just my opinion. You know it says not required to file fictitious business name? That's what it said. I'm 9.5 and I see that and I believe it's wrong. So it was always in my head, wrong. My first corporation was Helping Hand Industries. Okay? We got over $100,000 of credit in the mail. You remember in the 70s and 80s, everybody got credit in the mail for corpse and people? That's what I applied. That was good. I got named to the movie Dave. That was kind of fun too. We get to play the game. Then I started the Orange County Blind Center. All right? And what happened? I got named in a lawsuit. I used the word Braille, belonged to the Braille Institution. I didn't know that at the time. I screwed up again. We learn life by doing life. How about we never bring the pain home? Would that be okay? How about the lie, the big lie everybody tells? I got a corporation, Ray. They said online, if I can bankrupt, I get another one too. You sign the car, you sign the lease of the building, you sign the credit card. If the corporation hypothetically files bankruptcy, they're going to come get you, because you guaranteed it. If you had a division of you, you don't have to guarantee it, but that's up to you as well. Once again, we get to play the game to win. Today, your assignment is sos.whatever.state-you're-in.gov. I want you to inspect your corporation today if you have one. Why? 47% of you use your home address. States sell you on a mailing list. I call that stupid. Sorry. What you did is stupid. You're not stupid. So let's understand something. Why don't we build a line of defense so we can sacrifice the division at the corporate and the family? Wouldn't that be okay? A corporation's allowed 4 things, and for my opinion, this is my opinion, raise rules. Buffer tax, corporate credits or write-off, interest rate and credit card, fleet price on car, and stay at hotel, get a free buffet. Divisions, when I created and invented those in 85, 86, it gave me a line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions to buy at wholesale price. And what do? We separate liability, and they have their own credit reports. How do we get multiple credit reports? This division process, what I created in 85, 86, into millions of dollars. The division gives me a line of defense on pieces of property. In case one slips and falls, wants to sue me and screw me up, I get to disconnect, I say incorporate, throw the sucker away, get another one. I got no intent to do fraud, but I do have the intent to protect the corporation and family. Debt falls, SS4. So let's play and get some more. Okay. I call it buoyant and steady. There I am. We had $2.2 billion in real estate years ago, having fun. Not mine, it's just corporation structure. 21 cars in the collection. I always, if I wore the black suit, I wore the black watch to match the car and the suit. And the same thing for the white car, the yellow car, the red car. Boom, boom. 21 cars in the collection at one time. Wow, that was fun. So if you have 1,013 divisions, as I did then, you can separate liability. And you can win the game of business. I asked you to take a picture earlier today. There's your future. There's where you screwed up. All right? And we're going to get you fixed again. My way. I like my way. I'd like you to be a puppet master. I'd like you to join my club that I started 40 years ago. What do we get to do? We get to play. Let's pretend today you're listening 100%. We're going to talk about checkbook money up to $150 and blueprint loan up to $150 or $250. If you got these, your choice is very simple. You would use that to put something in an escrow. Would you like to own 25, 50, or 75, or 100% of something? Again, it's going to be up to you. Let's understand. If I coach you for a year, you should close 6 escrows, 6. If you're kind of aggressive like I am, it'll do 10. If you did 10 escrows in a year, you're talking about $100,000 a month. There's the goal. What if we put $25,000 in escrow? I don't want the money. You go into escrow. I'm going to guide you on part of it as well. I'm one of the entities, and there's 3 more. And we each get $3,200 a month. Is that okay? Laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash. Okay. What if we put 50? All right. We have the down payment up to $5,600. Okay. What if we put 75? More people in it. It's a product up to $7,500. What if we put $100,000 to buy that as well? See, we put together every week 10 properties, 10 ideas, or 10 things to put something in an escrow. Could be laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash, whatever you want it to be. But again, it's all ran by a third-party management company. So if we give you an opportunity, and I help you build the credit and the finance, you have to decide, would you like to own a piece of something? In a year's time, if you did what I want you to do, that's up to $100,000 a month. So that's $1.2 million per year. For the corporation, you become a puppet master. That would be the goal. So, if you want to play with me in 2026, let's understand what happens today. I would like you to take a picture. This is every 3 weeks you and I are on the phone. I build your list for you, your checklist and your goal list. And then $100,000 of personal credit. Maybe we put half personal business. A blueprint call. Monthly calls. 18 book CDs and 18 divisions. Okay, the office sells this for $14,900, $15,000. Okay, that's a good fee. If you did it while we're online with me, because I don't get a paycheck or a commission, it's $4,000. There you go. That's up to you. If you wanted me to coach you for a year, because our goal should be up to 10 escrows closing, I'm going to call you every 3 weeks. I'm going to build your list and tell you what to do next. $200,000 in credit, blueprint call. Pretty simple. 12 months of coaching. Every 3 weeks, it's $27,000. If you did it today, it's $10,000 if it's paid in full. Not paid in full? Okay, put $2,500 down. And what do we? We give you $100,000 credit instead. If you pay in full right away, you can get the $200,000. You don't do it, you blew it. Simple. I want to play. You want to play with me yet? So I'm going to say Zelle, 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 now. There you go. And what do? Put your phone number in the Zelle information as a message so I can call you right away. What do? Now, let's say you want to use a card. Based on how you want to finance, you call the office right away. That's 800-254-9506. The number's in front of you. Take a picture. If you use Zelle, put your phone number so we can call you right away too. Either way, you're stuck with me. And that's the ultimate goal, having fun. So there's 1,000 steps, rules, and tools to Millionaire Founders Kit. And that is the Millionaire Founders Kit I created over 40 years ago, updated all the time. What are we going to do? I sold it to Bonaventure, my 4 events per week, $5,000 a set. But again, what are we going to do from there? Simple. We all have an old crap day, don't we? July 4th, 2009, wife wants to take 72 people on the yacht to watch the fireworks, so it's the middle yacht. I got 3 yachts in the harbor. I got the largest U-dock in Huntington Beach, period. And then the next day I'm in a coma. What are we going to do? She called Ron. He went to the office, sell books and CDs. Tom, sell my websites and phone numbers to a porn site. Who do you trust? So what do? Let's understand. Today, it's pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. It's right there. It's pay tax or buy a spaceship. It's pay tax or have a nonprofit. Again, grant money, it's Trump money. If we have a nonprofit organization, what do we get to do? It's very simple. We get a federal exemption, and we get some Trump money. We get credit cards with no liability. That's fun. Google gives you up to $10,000. And then we turn around and we have a federal exemption, and we want to do hospice house, elderly care, transportation, and food delivery. That's up to $100,000 a month. It does more than 4 times than a McDonald's does. We could build an income and get a paycheck. What a concept. Now, state, federal, and city grants to play the game. It makes sense to me. But we have to file it now so we can get it filed so it's got its birthday, so next year we get grant money. But again, it's going to be up to you to play the game. I have a class every 11 weeks. This Saturday and Sunday, nonprofit. If you're not at the class Saturday and Sunday, I'm sorry, you're going to blow it. See, they get their exemption. This is their ticket for $100,000 a month. Auto income. No, it's income to the corporation. Get a paycheck, and you can work with profit and nonprofit. So if you wanted to, I'll do the corporation for you. Also, tax ID and set up the cash reports for you. Nonprofit workshop. I'm going to charge you $10,000. The exemption of open market is $15,000. But again, if you did it today, I'm going to give you $100,000 of credit, 18 divisions, and 3 months of coaching with me. It's $5,000. It's right there. If you paid in full today, during the webinar only, I'm going to basically talk to you about tomorrow, or Saturday's and Sunday's event. This is 2 days, nonprofit, connecting profit and nonprofit together. What do? It's $5,000 in person, $100,000 of credit. Online is $2,000 and $50,000 of credit. From there, if you did the previous one for the $5,000, I'm saying tonight that would be free. But if you don't do it tonight, I'm going to say you blew it because it's time's out. So let's get some Trump money. We play Zow, Zow, Zow. Always good. Now. And you call the office right away if you need some help, 800-254-9506. The ultimate goal. If you take a picture here and you basically put, and you screenshot it and you put yes, I can send you the invitation for classes as well. But I can text you or email if you allow me to. What do? Here's classes in rotation. I'm online 6 days a week, by the way. Have been online or in person in front of people for 49 years. 6 days a week helping people. But the bottom line is if you need a real address, I can help you with that too. I lease out 12 feet at a time. So that way the bank can have a real address to Google as well. We play the game to win. If we use manageable debt, $100,000 a person, $1 million for the corp, auto income, and then we leverage money. That's the goal. Leverage money. If we take corporate credit, and let's say we take credit today, and we use this to finance our lifetime income, a lifetime what? Income. That all says taxes. Borrow money is not taxable. So that's at fourplex, the Wendy's, the Jack in the Box, the McDonald's or something. Car wash, whatever you're trying to do. Again, that's the ultimate goal. I had a problem in 1988. Out of my $53 million of credit at the time, they're shrinking my limits, and I'm panicking, going, oh, what do I do? Library time. C-191D said a corporation can loan out money privately. I created a matrix, 3 of them. First one was $4.6 million, loan out the money. create $190,000 a month, and the notes behind that were $1.1 billion. That's in 1989, by the way. We could play the game to win. What a concept. If you play, we're going to have every division become a bucket of money. I like buckets of money. If your corporations need a Dun & Bradstreet, take your picture, scan it, get your DUNS number right away. Analytical will help you as well, too. A division. I can take a name of a person or entity, whatever you do. If I add my history, I get the Experian Treasurer and Equifax right away. No problem. Now, I don't need tax ID for divisions. I get the cards, I ask for 9 more, 9.99, and what do I get the chance to do? When I want separate billing, I'll need tax ID. Today, you'll take a picture of this. This is showing you if you wanted 3 with or without credit, 9 or 12, up to you. So you got your picture. Today, if you did it during the webinar only, I'm going to double the numbers. You will get 6, 18, or 24. Oh, no extra cost. Simple. What do? You think about, do I want to be a millionaire? Please say no. Please say no. See all the people going, I'm a millionaire, I'm rich. I think they're talking to the IRS and they're piercing their veil. How about we have a millionaire corporation? We have 9 locations and 9 lines of credit. We finance the American dream, and debt offsets taxes, and we win to get an income in our paycheck, and we break even. What a concept for that. We could be winning the game of business. So if you need $25,000 credit today, okay, I'll do that for you. I'll build it up way for you or your corporation or divisions. Office is $2,500. Their discount today was $19.99. If you did the $19.99 today while you're online with me, I'm going to give you $50,000 in credit. If you want to Zelle, save 10% on that as well. If you need help, you call one of the specialists now. If you want $50,000, usually $5,000 is $29.99. It's $3,000 today. If you Zelle, save 10% on the Zelle. If you did it right away, like check, card, whatever you do, or Zelle, all right, I'll make that $100,000 in credit today. If you want $100,000, that should be for you and the corporation. Usually it's 10%, which is 10 grand. If you did it today, my extra discount today online is $5,000. For that 5, I'm going to build you $100,000 for you and your corporation, $200,000. But that's during the webinar only. So I'd tell you to Zelle, or call that office right away. 800-254-9506. You might want to call now, and Zelle. Use the card, it's 5% more. What is my ultimate goal? Let's repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. That's the goal. We play. What if you get one of the books and you learn how to play and you get stuck with me anyway 6 days a week? See, if I wrote the book, I want to talk to you all the time because I want to make sure you don't get stuck. See, that doesn't happen to anyone else, does it? We play. We won the lottery. What do? Today, you could have made $1,000. You could have referred 5 to 10 people in the system. I'll pay you 10%. Zelle, store credit, or a check. You can make money. Always good, because that's what I've said since I was 2.5 years old. Thank you, Jesus, for another day. So if we want to become a puppet master, the ultimate goal is very simple. We would want to think about the entities, the cars or the buildings, what we want to do, and dissect them into pieces. That's 1,013 divisions. See, I don't know who's going to slip and fall asleep and screw me up. That's no fun. Buoyant and steady. I told you to take a picture earlier today. That should be your future right there. I don't understand why you didn't do it in the first place, but that's up to you. If we play the game to win, that's my first book iron series I did at 76. I was 16. Would you like a part of a laundromat car wash? You don't have to do anything. It's ran by a management company. Would you like another one, like a Burger King? Would you like ugly? It makes money too. We get to play the game and win. But again, you use corporate credit to get your percentage into that anyway, and the corporation receives the money. If you want blueprint loan up to $250 or checkbook money, what do? Simple. We build the foundation to get the financing and the credit. In a year, we can have 6 to 10 escrows, so we can create $60,000 to $100,000 a month. It's up to you. From there, if we want laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash, $25,000 down payment, maybe $50, maybe $75, maybe $100. See, we're going to give you the opportunity to get your foundation done now, and then we set up these things for you as well. I don't really want you to think. I just want to do all the work for you so you don't screw up my program. Is that okay? Learn to become a puppet master starting today? All right, the blueprint call. I was lucky because Joanne told me about a blueprint when I was a little boy, first grade. She said she wired Apollo 9, 11, and 13, a NASA engineer. She was never around, but that's okay. At least when she was, she told me about blueprinting. If I was on the phone with you today, with you and your partner of life, past, present, and future, what does that mean? Do you have a bankruptcy or tax problem? Do you have a problem with American Express or Chase? All right, family, corporation, what kind you got? You have 18 divisions. Irrevocable trust, we're going to plan to live and die. The car division, house trust, auto income, cash flow for your time. Blueprint call with me is $5,000 with you and your partner of life. Office sells it for $2,000. I give it away during the broadcast tonight for $9.99 if you did it right away. But it's up to you. If you Zelle, save 10% on that. If you partner in a business with me, it's free. I like that. Now, I had a problem in 1984. I got this letter in the mail. You have to pay up to $100,000. What? It said $800 to $1,000 per corporation in California. They have a franchise tax fee. Okay. I own Shakey's, Subways, 31 flavors, shopping centers, condos, all these pieces. I'm using corp to corp. Now, I'm what? What? That could be $1.2 million. No. How do I do this? Sacramento time. Went to 2 departments. Can I create an entity under the corporation that doesn't have to pay franchise tax fee? This form back then said husband and wife. It was wrong. I saw it in my head how to connect the dots. Your corporation will have number 4A. One of my corporations will be 4. And then we're going to be a B and a C. So now we have a group of 4 people or more to put the down payment to an escrow and what's called boring and steady business. And everybody gets a piece. You get a deed of trust for the rest of your life. Isn't that fun? Done that ever since 1987. Isn't that fun? We could play the game and win. I like that. So today, if you wanted to play for only 90 days, take your picture. 90 days, 100,000 credit, blueprint call, monthly calls, 18 books and 18 divisions. All that together, the office is 15 grand. It's about $22,000 in goodies. If it's done today during the webinar, it's 4,000. 4,000. But that's now. If you don't do it now, call the office later on, pay 15,000 bucks. Okay. If you want 200,000 credit, blueprint call, and you're stuck with me for a year, every 3 weeks, I'm going to push you to do 10 escrows. That's usually $27,000. But again, it's $10,000 a day if it's paid in full. If you want to put $2,500, you can pay right away so you get to 200,000. You don't do that, then basically you get 100,000 because you're making payments on it. There you go. Either way, you're stuck with me. It's a Zell. It's a now. Call the office, 800-254-9506. Those specialists are waiting for you right now. The goal for the Reynolds University is to train the world how to play the game and win the right way and never bring the pain home. So what do? If you have a business, I can coach your business to millions and billions if you want. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Okay, we can do that. If I look at the blueprint loan or the checkbook money, what do I want? They offer 99 more cards. So, okay, they give you one of those. If you have 100,000 in and out of your bank account and 30 transactions, I'll kind of line you up and help you do that too. If you don't, I have another program that I can take your corporation under my corporation and build one for you and give it right back to you to put in an escrow, if that's what you want. But again, they want 30 transactions and verification, 100,000 a month, up to the 250. So I normally charge 5,000 for that. That's just the fee. We're using bank accounts to verify millions of dollars, not a problem. But again, what do? I show bank accounts average balance of 500,000, if not more. Okay, 460, 400,000. So if we did this and I charge you 5,000, I charge you 10% on the back end after we close an escrow. But again, that's what we do because you can't afford to pay the payment yet, right? It actually makes me work harder for you. So today, if you want a blueprint loan, I line you up, it's $4,000. If you want an expedited one, that means I do it under that corporation. They log into my accounts now. And what do? Let's see if we want to get 2 of these at the same time. It give you more money than you need to do. That's usually about $7,000. Today, the expedited using my corp and my bank accounts, again, is $5 grand on that one. We get to play. And what do? Zell. Call the office right away, 800-254-9506. And always good. That's how we play the game to win. So I tell you to look behind the curtain every step of the way. I think when people say no, it doesn't mean no, it means they don't know how. If we stay safe and strong, we do our best, Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal at the end of the day, I would tell every one of you to call the office at 800-254-9406 now. The specialists are waiting for you. They're going to help you every step of the way. Today, I think you learned a lot. I think we need to go through it again and again because the problem is we get stuck. I'm online 6 days a week to hold your hand. I'll teach you more than you ever learned in your life when it comes to business and finance and personal credit. I'll guarantee that too. So let's do our best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day. It's simple. God loves us all.